Tripod are a comedy trio who have been described as obscenely talented, and jaws hang wide open, drools slowly drip out brilliant by their mothers.
The boys have just released their first Christmas album, but be warned, you might not want, you might want to turn down Nana's hearing aid first. And joining us now today are Scott, Jon and Gatesy from Tripod. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good morning. Before we get into the album, you've been out the back playing with Rolf Harris.
Yeah.
Playing with Rolf Harris, I mean...
Yeah, us meeting Rolf Harris, that's amazing. I mean, he said, what do you guys do? And we said, well, have you heard of funny songs, Rolf?
It's a new thing. It's all new.
And so, so he wanted to hear songs?
Well, he came over and sang one for us.
He was really insistent, insistent
on it.
Really
like, cagey and...
Yeah, we don't sing songs, you know, if we're not getting paid. But he actually sat down beside us and he would not let us go. So we sang a song about growing up in the eastern suburbs of Melbourne. Yeah. Don't know, we kind of lost a lot of the references.
I think he appreciated.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's just because he was from Perth.
Yeah.
Well, that could happen.
Okay, what is it about the eastern suburbs of Melbourne?
Well,
for those that don't know.
Well, it's just a very kind of middle class, kind of, you know, sensible.
It's very neighbours.
Very neighbours.
Yeah. Is that your stomping ground? Is that where you?
Oh, that's where we grew up. Right. Yeah, all of us actually separately.
Yeah, it's the one thing we have in common, really.
the only thing we have in common.
How did you get together?
Well, we were doing musicals at uni, which was pretty glamorous. I met Yoni during a production of Man of La Mancha, in which I got cast because I was the only one who knew how to play the guitar.
And what was his role? It was like...
I was...
Stagehand.
I had a role. I was the innkeeper, but I was also the vocal coach.
Yeah. The dialect coach, I believe.
Yeah, that was my... I had 3 roles.
So you're an expert with dialect?
Yeah, I am actually.
Which ones in particular?
Well,
can you give us
Man of La Mancha, so it was
Spanish.
Spanish. The thing about the Spanish dialect, not so much an accent; it's more of a sound.
Yeah. A lisp.
If you can master the sound, you've got the accent.
What's the sound?
That's it. Yeah. That's it.
And you wait.
It's that simple.
But hang on.
Amateur production.
Hang on, but that's Spain as a whole. How does that change? You know, for the Catalan region.
There are various regional subtleties
Barcelona,
that go on.
for instance.
Well, like Mexico.
What's that
Mexico.
Like?
Mexico is kind of... Can you hear the difference?
Yeah. Very subtle. Very subtle.
Yes. Let's talk about the album. You've likened it to ham hands.
Do we need to take you through that? It's not self-explanatory?
Yeah, every now and again you are reminded, don't get Yoni to write the press releases. That happens every few years.
Well, you know,
it's quite interesting.
Well, you know, when you're dealing with ham a lot after Christmas Day, you know, you're trying to get it finished by the end. You're not even liking
Before
it
anymore. Dries out.
Yeah, and so you're touching ham all the time. You're making various different meals with ham. And
ham salad, ham steaks, toasted ham sandwiches.
It gets into your skin, and you're smelling. You know, not that that's unpleasant. But what we're trying to achieve with the album is sonic ham hands.
Yes.
So that it gets into your brain and you can't get it out.
Good luck with that. The thing.
Are you glad you asked me that?
Yeah.
The thing about a Christmas album, it seems to me, is that it's got about one good day in it, hasn't it?
Yes, but that day comes around every year.
And you can't push it forward. It's a tradition, apparently, this whole thing, 25th of December. Yeah. So we actually had the... This album's been like 6 months in the making, and we kept sort of putting it forward, putting it back, and it's out now.
It's been 12 months of Christmas for us this year. We started this one in July, I think it was.
But it's quite orchestral. It's quite choral. I mean, what was
And there's something for everyone, including I Hate Your Family.
Exactly. Well, we wanted to make an easy listening experience. We grew up listening to Christmas albums. That's why we love the Christmas songs so much, but we wanted to make an album to decorate the Christmas tree too.
The homophobic Christmas tree?
The homophobic. Yeah. Well, okay, there's a couple of deviations.
But that's I mean, it sounds coarse. But that's a lovely Dean Martin, you know, slow swing.
Yes.
Well, the baubles are overdone sometimes, aren't they?
That's right, very much so.
That's true.
And in fact, we've got that gag in there.
And you've also discovered that there is another reindeer that none of us had really ever heard of.
Well, that's right. I think we'll be telling you a little bit about said reindeer.
Are you going to perform?
In just a minute, yeah.
Are you taking the naughty bits out?
Well, that one doesn't have any specific swear words in it. It's got
It's just a bit gruesome.
That's it. It is quite gruesome.
It's generally unpleasant.
It's the harsh truth about Christmas.
How difficult is it when you're so well known as a stage comedy act? Is it difficult to get the laughter, the humour onto a record, onto a disc?
It's certainly it's certainly the same songs and the comedy, but without the laughs. So in that sense, you know, it doesn't sound as funny as if you're at the gig and everyone's laughing. You know,
The thing about making a record is that you want to. This dogs us. Whenever we record, we want to make something that people are going to want to listen to again. So with the comedy part of it, that's over pretty quick, you know. And the thing that hopefully people will come back to is that musically it's satisfying as well.
It's good too.
Hopefully.
Come to a gig. Just come to a gig if you want to hear like a good comedy album. Come to a gig.
But if you want to hear your good musicianship, listen to the record.
Yeah, that's the idea.
When you write, do you write collaboratively, or
generally.
So that you've obviously after 10 years, 12 years, whatever it is, that works for you, because I can imagine if you came individually to the collective, it'd be hard necessarily.
Yeah,
to say, no, that's not funny. Or that is.
No, go on.
Well, it sort of saves time to write together in a way, because, at the start we were coming up with all these masterpieces and then presenting them to the other two, and then it'd be like, nah. That's right.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, there's always a hierarchy. Who's the boss? Who says, no, that stinks?
Yeah, I'm the boss.
Yeah.
I think it's me, actually, you're talking about.
I just do it with silences. Silences.
Awkward silence.
Or the dialect.
Grunts.
Is there anything that's off limits now that we've seen you give your take on Christmas?
I think if you're going to go to sort of taboo places, you have to be able to be funny. You know, that's, to me, I don't think anything's off limits if you can think of something funny or that somehow rings true about, the topic. So it kind of depends. I mean, we did a song about wondering if your girlfriend was a little bit autistic, right, for a while. And we had a lot of people who are very close to that, who had autistic kids or whatever, who thought it was hilarious, because it's not a, you're not. Yeah, it's hard to sort of... If you can make it work, then you've made it work, if you know what I mean.
Sometimes it's just a matter of dealing with the subject.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
And with that topic too, it's the people who are distanced from that topic who find it offensive. They have no relationship with the...
On principle, they find it
exactly.
offensive,
It's like, hang on, you said autism. That's wrong.
Sometimes the very mention of something.
Yeah, which is a department we enter on this, because we obviously talk a little bit about... You can't do a Christmas album without going into the whole Jesus part of the story. I mean, let's face it, it is relevant. So, I'm interested to see what people think of it.
All right,
the album is out now. It's called For the Love of God. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time this morning.
And we'll hear you and your reindeer rendition a bit later on.